So good afternoon, students. So let us start the session. In previous class, we discussed about history of Python, so features of Python, and we see how to execute a Python program, and we discuss about the Python virtual machine. Okay. In today class, we are going to discuss about the comments in Python. So how to write the comments in the Python, and the literals in Python and variables in Python. So comments in Python. So comments in Python means, so how the purpose of the comments is you're going to describe your program. So literals in Python means there are constants we are using in our program. So these constants we are called as a literals. So variables in Python means we are going to use some literals in our program, and we assign so these literals to some storage. We are storing these literals in one storage area, so that we are called as a variables. And we discuss about the different data type also, and keywords available in Python. So keywords is nothing but some reserved words. So these keywords have some special meaning. Okay, so in today class we are going to discuss about these topics. So how to write comments in Python, so what are the literals available in Python, and how to use the variable, how to define the variable name, now how to use so different how to use different types of data types in Python, and different types of keywords in Python. Okay, so let us start the session. So comments in Python. So comments in Python. So what is the purpose of the comment? What is the purpose of the comment means? Let us discuss with one example. Okay, so normally comments are used to describe your program. So let us write one program. Okay. Here I'm taking the two variables, a equals to 5, so b equals to 10. Now I'm going to find the sum of these two numbers, a plus b. Now I'm going to print this sum, that means the value. Now, so how we can execute this program? By using the run. So run module. In menu bar there is a run option. If you select run module, so before executing the program you are going to save the program. Okay, so I save this program. Program 2. What is the extension of the Python programs? .py. Okay, now it displays the answer 15. Okay, now so what is the purpose of the comments means, when you see this code, as a computer science students or engineering students, you can read all the instructions to know the purpose of this program. What is the purpose of the program? How we can know? Say equals to 5, b equals to 10, c equals to sum equals to a plus b. Now in this step you are going to identify that yes, I am going to find the sum of a and b, and similarly here print sum. Okay, that means after seeing these four instructions you understand that you are going to perform addition of two numbers. Now what is the purpose of the comment is you are going to write the comment. So this is the program to find addition of two numbers. Okay, if you write like this, so you are writing the first line that so this is the program to find addition of two numbers. Now when you read this line you understand as the purpose of this program is to find the addition of two numbers. Okay, so that is the purpose of comment lines. So comment lines is used to describe your program. So describe the program. For example, here I am writing the a variable is used to store first number. Now by seeing this line, you understand that a is a variable. So this variable I am used to store the first number. Okay, now so these comments how we can write in Python means we can write in Python in two ways. One is single line comment. You can write like this, hash symbol. If you write hash, this we are called as a single line comment. Okay, this is the single line comment. Now if you run this, you get the same answer, 50. Now so what happened here? Here you write this as a comment, so the Python virtual machine can ignore this line. If you remove this hash and save this program and try to execute, it displays some error message, invalid syntax. Why? Now the Python virtual machine treat this as an instruction. So here we are going to use hash, then the Python virtual machine can ignore this instruction and it treats this instruction as a comment. Okay, I hope you all are understand. So it's the purpose of comment. Okay, now it displays the answer. What is the purpose of the comment line? The comment line is used to describe our program. If the program here, the program is 4 lines, so it is very easy to understand. If your program is more than 100 lines, then in every function you are going to write the comment line. Based on that comment line, you are going to identify that what is the purpose of that function. Okay, now when we are writing the comments, we have two types. What is a comment? So comments are used to describe the features of your program. So features is nothing but the purpose of your program. Okay, we can write the comments in two ways. One is single line comment. And second one is multi-line comments. What is single line comment? Single line comment means the comment is in only one line. So multi-line is nothing but, for example, I want to write like this. So this is the program in second class and the college name is C.R. Reddy College of Engineering. Okay, now so this is the program to find addition of two numbers. This is the program in second class, C.R. Reddy College of Engineering. Now here there are multi-line comments are there. So how we can write multi-line comments means by using 3 single quotations. So this is the starting of the comment. How we can end this? If I use 3 single quotations. Instead of single quotations, you use so double quotations also. Instead of this single quotation, you are going to use double quotation also. If you are open with double quotation and you end these comment lines with double quotation. Okay, now the Python virtual machine can ignore these 3 lines. Why? So these 3 lines you write as a comment. Okay, I hope everyone understands that what is the purpose of comment. When you are writing the program, so how we can describe the features of your program means by using comment line. Okay, so we have two types of comment lines, single line, multi-line. Single line means you are going to use hash symbol, hash, and for multi-line comment lines you are going to use 3 double quotations or 3 single quotations. Okay, so this is about comment lines. The next topic is literals in Python. What is a literal? So what is a literal? Okay, So what is a literal means? For example, I'm asking you that. So what is the addition of 5 plus 10? What is the addition of 5 plus 10? Now, in your mind, you know that so 5 is a number and 10 is a number. These two are the constants. These two are the constants. So these constants in Python we call as a literal. We call as a literal. So what is a literal means? A literal is a constant. So for example, I am asking that 5 plus 10. What is the answer? 15. So 15 is also another literal. Okay. So for example, what is your college name? CR Reddy College of Engineering. So College of Engineering. So this is also a literal. It is a constant literal. It is a combination of characters and it is a string literal. So 5 is a number literal and so 15 is a number literal and this is a CRD College of Engineering is a string literal. And coming to programming. So coming to programming, here you are learning a programming language. So this programming language is consists of many instructions. Let us take that. So this is the program. So what we discuss. So this is the program. Here we write 4 instructions. So 4 instructions. In this, a equals to 5. A equals to 5. In this, a is a variable. A equals to is the operator. So 5 is the literal. So b equals to 10. So b is the variable. Equals to is the operator. So 10 is the literal. Sum equals to a plus b. Sum is a variable. Equals to is the operator. A is the literal. And so plus is the operator. So b is the variable. Sorry, a is the literal and plus is the variable. Plus is the operator and b is the variable. So print is a function. So print is a function. At the end of this course, you can identify all these things. At this moment, you are in the starting stage. So you can learn that so literal is nothing but a constant. In our program, when you are try to write the programs, in your programs, you try to use some constants. Maybe so these constants are numbers, maybe these constants are strings, maybe these constants are boolean values, maybe these constants are any single characters. Okay, so now at this time, at this point, you all are learn that what is a literal means. A literal is a constant value that is stored in a variable in a program. Okay, in few minutes we discuss about what is a variable. Now at this point you remember that what is a literal. A literal is a constant value. A literal is a constant value. For example, a equals to 1 2 3. In this, what is a literal? 1 2 3 is a literal. Why? So 1 2 3 is the constant. So name equals to Ravi. What is the constant here? Ravi is the constant. Okay, now I hope you all are understand what is a literal. So literal is a constant value. So there are 4 types of literals in Python. One is numeric, second one is string, and third one is boolean, and fourth one is none. Okay, so first briefly we discuss. I hope you all are understand number. Numeric means if the constant is number, if the constant is, for example, a equals to 100, a equals to 100, it is numeric, that means a number. If it is name equals to Ravi. Now, so Ravi is a string literal. Okay, coming to boolean. What is a boolean? So boolean is nothing but it represents only 2 values. If you take the number, there are infinite numbers. There are infinite number constants, and similarly string also. But coming to boolean, there are only 2 values for this. Boolean constants are only 2 types. One is true, another one is false. Okay, so these 2 are also literals, and another one is none. None means nothing. So for example, I want to assign a number to a variable a equals to 5. A equals to 5. So what is the value of a? A value is 5. Now I don't want to assign any value to this variable. I don't want to assign any value to this variable a, then I can write none. Then I write none. So none is a keyword. None. Now, what is the value of the a? A value is none. So nothing is stored in the a. Okay, I hope you all are understand what is a literal. What is a literal? Literal is a constant value. Constant value. A equals to 23. 23 is a literal. Four types of literals. One is number, another one is string, boolean, none. So number means if the constant is numeric, then it is number literal. If the constant is a group of characters or a single character, then it is string. If the constant is a true or false, then it is a boolean literal. And if you want to, if you don't want to assign any value to the variable, then you are going to use none. Okay, so this is about literals. So coming to literals, in this literal, the first one is numeric literals. The first one is numeric literals. So what is numeric literals? If the constant is number, that is a numeric literal. In this also, we have different types. One is integral literals. I hope you all know that it's a constant. So constant is nothing but a number or a string. Integral literal means if that number is whole number. For example, there is no decimal fraction value. There is no fraction part. So for example, 1.23. 1.23. So this is also a constant. So which type of constant it is? It is a float literal. It is a float literal. If it is a whole number, then it is integral literal. Okay. And so these three, hexadecimal, octal, and binary literals. Hexadecimal. So hexadecimal means if a number between 0 to f, I want to represent, for example, this 5. So let us take that a equals to 5. A equals to 5. What is the type of the literal? It is a number and it is integral literal. Now I want to assign this 5 as a hexadecimal. Then I can assign like this. A equals to, this is 0, x. If any number preceding with these two, 0, x. So this is a hexadecimal representation. It is a hexadecimal representation. So for example, the same 5, I want to assign as an octal. Then it can be assigned like this. A equals to 0 and O. It is O. And you can give the number 5. Okay. Similarly, binary literal. So binary means the numbers in the form of only zeros and ones. Coming to octal, it is 0 to 7. 0 to 7. And similarly, binary literal. So binary means 0 or 1. So how we can assign 0, small b or capital B, and you can give the zeros and ones only. Here you don't give 0, 1, 2. It is error. Why? So 2 is not in binary. Okay. Another one is complex literal. If you represent a number like this, 5 plus 3j. So in vectors, we are going to use these complex literals. So this is also numeric literals. So 5 plus 3j or 6 plus 8j. So these are the complex literals. Okay. Now we see these number literals. Okay. Everyone try to observe that. So a equals to 5 here. So this is the integral literal. Okay. Similarly, I am assigning a equals to 12.34. It is a floating literal, and I want to assign hexadecimal. How? 0 x. I give a equals to 0 and you give x. 0x means whatever the characters after this 0x is in hexadecimal. For example, 5. Now if I try to print a, what is the value of a? It prints 5. Why? So 5 into 8 power 0, it is 5. For example, I give A equals to 0 x 5 1. Now, so what is the expected output? A equals to 0 x 5 1. What is the expected output? What is the expected output? So 1 into 16 power 0 plus 5 into 16 power 1. Sorry, 16 power 1. So 1 into 16 power 0, 1 plus, so 16 power 1 means 16 into 5. So that is 81. Okay. Now, if you press enter here, what is the value of A? 81. Okay. Here, the 51 is in the form of hexadecimal. If I assign A equals to 51, then the value of A is 51 only. I hope you all are understand what is the difference between the data representation. So 0x means it is a hexadecimal, and 51 is in the form of hexadecimal. So the equivalent number is 81. So what are the numbers you are going to give in hexadecimal? 0 to F. Okay, if I give like this, A equals to 0 x 5 to capital A also. Capital A also. What is the capital A here? It is 10. If you press enter, the value of A is 1322. 1322. So for example, I am trying to assign a value like this, G3. Now it returns an error. Why? In hexadecimal there is no G. We represent the numbers from 0 to F only. So invalid hexadecimal literal. Invalid hexadecimal literal. So similarly, you can assign the octal also. How we can assign the octal? So for example, B equals to 0 and small o. You give the numbers between 0 to 7 only. 0 to 7. For example, I am giving 7 1. 7 1. Now you say, what is the value of that B? What is the value of that B? So 1 into 8 power 0 plus 7 into 8 power 1. So 1 plus 7 8s are, so 56. Okay, so that means the value stored in the B is 57. Now you check that. So what is the B value? It's a 57. 57. Okay, so in this way you are going to assign the values, numeric literals to a variables. In this example, all these A's are the variables. Okay, in few moments we discuss about this variable. So now you are going to understand that. So first you understand that. So what is literal? So literal is a constant, and so Boolean literals. Boolean literals. Just wait. So Boolean literals. So Boolean literals have only two values. Only two values. One is true, another one is false. Okay, here I am taking that A equals to T, capital T, TRUE. Okay, A equals to true. If you print the value of A, it prints true. A equals to TRUE, it is wrong. TRUE, now it returns error. Okay. Similarly, so B equals to false, F capital. F capital. Now what is the value of B? False. In this, so true and false, these two are the constants. And which type of constants they are? They are Boolean constants. They are Boolean constants. And similarly, you are going to use string literals. String literals, for example, call as name. C name equals to, I am giving that CR Reddy College of Engineering. Okay, if you press enter, we get the error. We get the error, invalid syntax. How we can assign the string values? In the form of single quotation or double quotation. Yes, name equals to, in double quotation I give CR Reddy College of Engineering. Now if I press enter, now this is a string letter, string literal, C name. Okay, how we can assign single character literals by using the single quotation? If I give, so gender equals to female, gender equals to female. Yeah, now so this we are called as a single character strings. Okay, so this is about literals. Another one is non-literal. So for example, a equals to 5. So print a. It prints the value of a. I don't want to assign any value to this variable. Then a equals to none. N-O-N-E. N capital. N-O-N-E. N capital. If I press enter, now if you try to print the a value, what it prints? It prints nothing. Here a, nothing. Why? A is assigned with none. A is assigned with none. So it does not print anything. Okay. So next one, variable. So this is about so literals in Python. So next, variables in Python. Variables in Python. So simply saying, so what is a variable? What is a variable means? Up to now, in your previous classes, you had these words: a equals to 5, a equals to 10, student name equals to Ravi, student number equals to 1, 2, 3, 4. In these instructions, all these are the variables. All these are the variables. So a equals to 1, 2, 3, 4. So b equals to, so 12.34. So name equals to Ravi. So average marks, AB marks equals to 34.56. Now if you observe that all these are the literals, these literals are assigned to a variable. So this is the a, b, name, AB marks. Okay, so now you all are think that, so for example I am asking that what is the addition of 5 plus 10? 5 plus 10. How you can retrieve the answer? Now in your mind you all are think that yes, so 5 is there. So 5 is stored in one neuron in your mind. Now you retrieve that 5 from that neuron and you remember in one place. After that you retrieve the 10 from another neuron and place in one and place it in the memory. And after that the plus, you can observe that in between these two numbers there is a operand, there is a operator plus. Now you are going to perform this plus operation and you find that 15 in some other neuron. Yes, so 15, and you can assume that so 15 is the correct answer. Okay, this is the process we done in our mind. If I ask 5 plus 10, you retrieve the values. From where you are going to retrieve these values? For example, you are in the LKG. If I am asking that what is the 5 plus 10? At that time, don't give any answer. Why? So these numbers are not registered in your mind. These numbers not registered in your mind. Now, if I am asking that 5 plus 10, you are easily saying that so 15. How you are saying that? Some program is developed in your mind to store the data and retrieve the data and understand the instructions. For example, I am asking like this: A, B, C plus 10. Now you think that say ABC plus 10 means the syntax is not matched with your syntax. What is a predefined syntax is when you are adding the two numbers, the first and second, these two are the numbers only. If I am asking that what is the ABC plus 10, then you will confuse that and you said it is a syntax error. Okay, the same thing here also. So these are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 12.34. So all these are the constants like this. So 5, 10. Okay, now the computer does not have the mind. The computer does not have the mind. So you are going to store this 1, 2, 3, 4 in one storage location. Okay, I hope. So for example, in our computers or in your phone memories, in your phones, there is a memory. So what is your phone configuration means? You all are tell that so 4 GB, 8 GB, 16 GB. Okay, so that we are called as a primary memory. So for example, this is the 16 GB, 16 GB. Okay, so what is the purpose of this 16 GB RAM? In this, you are going to store the programs, you are going to store the data, we are going to execute the programs. Okay, now so a equals to 1 2 3 4, a equals to 1 2 3 4. What happened? So a is a variable, a is a variable, a variable is nothing but a storage location. Now in the 16 GB the memory is organized like this. Let us assume all these are the bytes, all these are the bytes. Now, so what is a variable? A variable is a storage location. For example, so this is the storage location, these two parts. So this is the storage location. In this storage location, I want to store 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to store 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, how I can identify this 1, 2, 3, 4? With the help of some address. Actually this have some address. For example, 3001 is the address for this location. Okay, so now so how I can access this 1 2 3 4 with the help of address? No, it is very difficult to remember these addresses. So that's why instead of this we are going to use the variable name. Now so this is the a, so referencing this address. When I want to retrieve the value of the a, the variable a, so what happened? The a value indicating some address. In this address there is a number 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4. It is displayed. Just wait. So 251, I don't understand your doubt. Try to elaborate one more time. Okay, so why the right variable? Just wait. Just wait 1 second. Unmute yourself. Okay, if anybody have any doubts, we discuss in okay last 10 minutes. Place your doubts in the chat box. Okay. Okay. A equals to 1 2 3 4. Now this a is a variable. So what is a variable? A variable is a storage location. A variable is a storage location in the memory. In this variable, you are going to store the value. You are going to store the value that can be that can be vary. So now a equals to 5, a equals to 10, a equals to 15, a equals to 15. What it means? What it means? A is a variable. In this, the first value is 5. In this, the value is 5. After completion of this instruction, I change this value to 10. Now the value of this variable a is 10. After this instruction, I change the value of a from 10 to 15. Now, you all are think that what is the definition of the variable? A variable is a storage location. In this storage location, you are going to store the value that can be vary. That's why we call this as a variable. So variable means they can change. They will be changed. Okay. In this, now you say that a equals to 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4 is a literal, a is a variable. So b equals to 12.34. In this, 12.34 is literal, b is variable. So name equals to Ravi. In this, Ravi is the literal, name is the variable. AV marks equals to 34.56. In this, 34.56 is a literal and AV marks is the variable name. So 1 2 3 4 is integer literal. So 12.34 is a floating literal. So Ravi is a string literal. Okay, I hope you all are understand what is a literal and what is a variable. Okay. Now we see different data types available in Python. Different types of data types. So what is a data type? What is a data type? What is the purpose of data type? So for example, I give a instruction. What is the addition of 5 plus 1.23? So 5 plus 1.23. Now the 5 is integer literal. 1.23 is a floating literal. As a human, we learn all these things from our childhood. So 5 is an integer, so 1.23 is a float. But in this, for this programming language, you are going to specify that. For example, a equals to 5. A equals to 5. Now, so 5 is an integer, and in our previous class, we discussed that Python is a dynamic programming language. So that means here, instead of int a, you are going to give a equals to 5. That's enough. Okay. So now, what is the type of this a? Here we are giving a equals to 5. We don't know that data type. So data type is nothing but it specifies the type of the data you are going to assign to a variable. A equals to 5. Why in C we are going to define like this int a? In C, I hope you all are right. Know the C language programs. We are write these type of instructions many times. Int a. So why we write int a? And in Python, why we write a equals to 5? In C, we write int a equals to 5. But in Python, we write a equals to 5. Okay, what is the difference is? So Python is a dynamic programming language. So no need of declaration of data type. Okay, then so why we declare in C language? In C language, so this is the int a. What is the a here? A means variable. So variable means memory location, memory allocation. So memory allocation means how much of memory you are going to allocate. How much of memory you are going to allocate. So that's why you can specify the data type. If it is an integer, it is a 4 bytes. If it is a float, it is 4 bytes. If it is a double, it is 8 bytes. So these numbers are vary based on the compiler. Okay, sometimes it is 2, 4, 8. Okay, many compilers the integer is also 4. Okay, int a equals to 5. So why we declare like this means, so a is a variable. So variable means memory allocation. Memory allocation. When we are trying to allocate the memory, how much of memory we can allocate? So that is based on the data type. So that is based on the data type. So this memory, so these 4 bytes, I want to store a number integer, a number integer. So you can specify like this, int a equals to 5. But coming to Python, if you assign like this, a equals to 5, then the Python interpreter, the Python virtual machine can understands that so 5 is an integer. So the type of the data is the data type of the variable a is integer. Okay. Now I want to know what is the type of the variable a. Here I assign a equals to 5. How I can know the type of the data type? Type. There is a function type. If you observe that, it's a type of A. It's a type of A. I hope the screen is visible to everyone. If it is not visible clearly, then send one message. So place one message in the chat box. It's a type of A. Okay, it's a type of A. If I press enter, so all of you observe that what is the type it is? It is the type integer. It is the type integer. Okay. If I assign A equals to 12.34, 12.34. Now what is the type? Type of, so type of A. It is a float type. It is a float type. For example, I assign yes name equals to Ravi. Yes name equals to Ravi. Now, what is the type of yes name? What is the type of yes name? It is str. It's a str. If I assign num equals to 5 plus 6j, 5 plus 6j, type of num. So type of num. So what is the type of num? It is a complex type. It is a complex type. Okay. We have different types of data types in Python. As an introduction class, I introduced that the variables have different types of data types. But if you write the programs regularly, automatically you understand all these concepts. Writing these programs in few days, in 5 to 10 days, you are going to write more programs. Then automatically you understand that yes, say A equals to 1 2 3 4. It is a integer type. So for example, I want to read the data from the keyboard. So for example, it's a student number. So number is the form of integer. So the student number is an integer, and I want to read the student name. So the type of the variable is string. So all these things you can understand by practicing the programs. Okay, if you execute the programs, you understand all these things. And similarly, there are different data types, predefined data types available in Python. So for example, just you listen. So these are the list. For example, list. So this is the list. It is similar to arrays in your C. 1 comma 5 comma 6. Okay, so this is the list. What is the type of L here? The type of L is a, sorry, type, spelling mistake. Type of L, it is a list data type. If you observe that the 5 is an integer, so 12.34 is a float, so Ravi is a string, so this is a complex. 5 plus 6 is a complex, and so here I am taking the L equals to some group of numbers. And what is the type of L? The type of L is list here. List here. Okay. Another data type, for example, L equals to into, right, 1 comma 2 comma 5 comma 6. Now, so what is the type of this? It is a tuple. So type of L, type of L. It is a tuple. Okay, so this is the list. Just wait. Just wait 1 second. Okay, the type of the L is tuple. Okay, so similarly, we have so different types. Another type is set. So for example, L equals to, I am using these flavor brackets. So 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. If I press enter, type of L, it is a set. It is a set. Okay, and we have another data type, dictionary. We discuss about the dictionary in future classes. Okay, now, so these are the different built-in data types available in Python. Available in Python. And coming to keywords. So next topic is keywords in Python. So what is the purpose of the keyword? So what is the purpose of the keyword? The purpose of the keyword is, so these words are the reserved words. So for example, just wait. Okay. So meanwhile, we discuss about the definition. So what is a keyword means? So keywords we are called as a reserved words. So keywords we are called as a reserved words. So for example, here I'm yes name equals to Ramu. Yes name equals to Ramu here. Here, so this is the variable name. Variable name. Now, if I print yes name, it prints the content. Okay. And when you declare these variables, you are going to follow some rules. The rules are always the variable name must be start with alphabet or underscore. Alphabet or underscore. And for variable names, you don't give any space. For example, yes space name. It is illegal. It is illegal. And don't use any special characters. Yes percentage name equals to Ravi. This is also illegal. And another important point is we don't use keywords as variable names. For example, so what is a keyword? So keyword is a reserved word. So that means these words are uh, designed. These words are defined for some special purpose only. So for example, just wait. First we see the keywords. Import. So keyword dot list. Okay. So these are the keywords available in Python. So these are the different keywords available in Python. Okay. So when you write the programs, you understand all these keywords. Now we try to see one thing. These keywords cannot be used as variable names. For example, here I am using yes name. Instead of yes name, can I use this and? And is a keyword. Let us see. And equals to Ramu. If I press enter, it displays an error message, invalid syntax. Why? The keywords cannot be used as variable names. Okay, so these keywords cannot be used as variable names. And when you're defining the variable names, you must follow three rules. What is the first rule? The variable name must be start with alphabet or underscore. Underscore yes name equals to Ravi. It is valid. It is valid. Okay. And second rule is don't give any spaces or percentage. Don't give any spaces or don't use any special symbols. For example, yes space name equals to Ravi. Now it returns some error. Okay. And so don't use the keywords as variable names. Okay. So this is about keywords. So what is a keyword? A keyword is a reserved word. So that means that these are reserved for some special purpose. So this false is a boolean literal. So this cannot be used as variable name. So the continue is a reserved word. So this is used for some special purpose. So we cannot use this continue as a variable name. Okay. So this is about today. So now anybody have any doubts? So unmute yourself or place your doubts in the chat box. 251. Just wait. Okay. Anybody have any doubts? Unmute yourself. 251. Triple E. So 19B. 251. Okay. Anybody have any doubts in today's class? So literals, comments, variables, and keywords. Okay. So thank you all. So we meet in tomorrow class. In tomorrow class, we are going to discuss about the input and output functions in Python and command line arguments. So thank you all.